Hello, this is Harry Payton. I'm the host of the Irvington Now show. Today I have a very special guest. I'm very fortunate that most of the guests that I have are not only people that are interested, have a lot of information, but most of them happen to be friends because we're all friends here in Irvington. And that is the Honorable Councilwoman Renee Burgess. Renee C. Burgess. How are you?
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm doing well.
Good,
thank you
good.
for having me.
Yes.
I'm the one that feels fortunate to be here.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Well, again, I'm glad because I know a lot about you, a lot about what we're going to talk about, and I never take for granted that our audience will know this information, and it's good to know. So the first thing that I usually ask our guests is, can you give some background information on yourself?
Of course. As you know, I am presently Councilwoman Renee C. Burgess. Lived in Irvington almost all my life. I was actually born in Newark.
Oh, okay.
Attended both parochial and public schools here in Irvington, graduating Irvington High. Yay! I'm not going to tell you what class though, because I'll be dating myself. But I did. So I am a proud product of Irvington. As far as myself personally, I love to help others, as you can see. It's like a natural thing that I have. I love to see people happy. Believe it or not, I like to sing. I'm a mom, love doing that. And I like to just stay active. I love positive energy. I love being around positive people, especially during challenging times. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not ashamed to say that. I pray a lot. That's what gets me through. That's what has me going day to day with that positive energy and feedback to others.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And
so
again,
I don't know if I answered that.
No, you did. And it's always amazing, and I always include that question for the audience's sake, but I also find out things because I know much of it, didn't know as much about your spiritualness, but I know your spiritualness because of how you are. Your aura is a spiritual aura. I'm a Baptist deacon, and I always say that people shouldn't come into church and see me doing my deacon role and say, he's a deacon? Like as if it's a surprise. My everyday action.
Your energy.
Right. Right,
you know,
right.
it should automatically just manifest itself.
Yes, yes.
And that's what I love, man. And I think that's why me and you always had a good rapport.
Yes, yes, it is. Again, it's like you said, I love to be around positive people, and I run from people who are negative. Like, how you doing? Oh, well, you know, this, okay, all right, well, okay, I got to go. I'll see you a little bit later because I don't want your negativity to catch off on me.
Yeah. Exactly, it's infectious.
Yeah, and the other thing I didn't know is that you sing. So
yes, I do. I actually used to sing professionally, but now it's just a hobby. My daughter's more so into it now, Giovanna.
Yes, yes.
So,
and she's I've certainly heard her sing.
Yeah.
And she sung, you know, many places. She even sung on the skit that the mayor did.
Yes.
You know, so
yes, she did.
Most of us have seen the talent, so she inherited it from you.
Yes, I mean, I'm not going to say I have the best voice. There's a difference between knowing how to sing and liking to sing.
Yes.
So I do love to sing, and I have, like I said, sang professionally in some places, but right now it's just a hobby because it's in me. I love all types of music. You'd be surprised if you look at my playlist. It's from gospel to hard rock to soul to R&B to hip hop. You know, I like the eclecticness.
Yes.
You know, it's I'm just a well-rounded person. Thank God.
And again, we're finding this out. We're so much alike. I listen to any, you know, put on country music. As long as it has a beat, I'm listening to it.
Yes.
90% of the time, I have on 105.1.
Yes.
Now, 105.1 has most of the, you know, the
it's a mix.
Right. It's a
R&B, hip hop.
No. They play mostly, you know, the rap and everything else. So when my grandkids get in the car, I got to check myself. Okay, let me change that station because some of the stuff they be saying. But you know, some people are a little taken aback because I am a deacon. You know, like I listen to Christian music. You know, I have Christian music on in my home.
I totally relate to
I don't necessarily have it on my radio all the time. You know?
Right. And I like to say too, I'm not holier than thou, but God is within me,
Yeah.
and I respect everything about Him. So therefore, I'm like open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do listen to alternative music, but at the same time, I know where my foundation is at.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and only God can judge me.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. And you know, we could talk forever, but we're going to go on. And, you know, people sitting there saying, wait a minute, what information they told? But this is who we are. You know, this is me and Councilwoman Burgess, and we'll go on to some of the questions.
Okay, thank you.
How long have you been a council person?
I've been a council person. I'm actually ending a 4-year term, and it's been great, thank God. Working with wonderful people, and it's been an experience, to say the least.
Great. And your actual title is councilperson at large.
Correct.
Then there are also council persons, ward council persons. So
that's correct.
Right. So what's the difference between a council person at large versus a ward council person?
Council person at large basically oversees all the wards in Irvington, whereas a council person, you have east, west, north, and south. So that would be that designated person, or that go-to person that represents that particular district or ward.
Okay, good. That's good clarification. Now, how many council persons are there in Irvington, and how is the council's, the general council body's relationship with the Honorable Mayor Tony Bobs?
Okay, so there are 7 council people, including myself. The relationship with the mayor is beautiful. Thank God. We work well together. You know, you don't agree on everything, but what I like, we respect each other, and we, how do you say it? We disagree to agree. You know, we come to the table. We know how to come as adults with open minds. We put the problem first. We put the people first.
Yes.
And we just brainstorm. You know, and thank God, I think it's a good result. You know, everybody is saying what a big difference there is in just the 4 years we've been in office. And of course, I contribute that to the man upstairs and how he put us together as a group, because how often do you find a team politically, quote unquote, that can come together and get so much done and be on the same page? And that's, you know, I'm not going to say bring Irvington back, because Irvington has always been there, but we're on another level right now, you know, and I love it. We're rejuvenating, we're motivating now. You know, we're bringing a lot of positive things back to Irvington and making people feel good about where they live at now.
Beautiful. And that's the next question. Why is it important that legislators such as the mayor and council work together? You've answered a lot of it, to help the townships such as Irvington overcome any problems. Because
I think you get the job done faster when you know you can come to a meeting with open minds, and you know we're basically working together. You know, it's not really a conflict, and if there is a conflict, we know how to come together and work it out. Because at the same time, we're all trying to achieve the same goal, and that's to keep Irvington clean, keep Irvington better, keep Irvington safe. You know, we care about the people, we care about the children, we care about our seniors. And that's the bigger picture of it all, not our own personal feelings about things. Yes. Beautiful. And a lot of legislators could learn, particularly, you know, it's our national government. You know, we've had more than one government shutdown where they just can't come to an agreement, and they just, you know, for lack of a better word, say, this is where I am, put up a wall, this is where you are, put up a wall, and there's no compromise until finally you have to compromise, because there is nothing else you can do. You can't move forward if I say, I'm not going to do it your way, and then you say you're not going to do it my way. We have to, State Senator Ronald Rice told me this years ago. He said, Harry, being a politician is about compromise. Yes. I give in to what you may want and vice versa, because there is no way as one politician you can do everything alone. You have to have people work with you. Right, and at the end of the day, it's for the good of the people. Yes. Not one person has the answers. Yes, absolutely. And then you guys do a great job. I've been in Irvington for 30 plus years,
And I know the difference because I've seen other municipal councils and mayors' relationships, and it's just a tribute to the council and the mayor that you guys can get along. 'Cause like you say, you guys disagree. When I disagree with something, I'm a hard person to get along with because I feel I'm right.
You know what my challenge is? I like to bring that positive energy out.
Right,
because we can disagree,
right,
but we can talk about it without being at conflict.
Right.
Because, you know, that's when the job gets a little easier. I hear what you have to say, you hear what I got to say. Okay, you know what, you're right. I see the advantages and disadvantages in what you're saying, and, you know, vice versa, and then we just come to a
and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Again, I look at, sometimes I take a hard line, and, you know, let me give you an example. If I need something done, and I call someone, I call you, and you're a plumber or something. I need something fixed right away. I call you. You don't answer. Go to voicemail. I'm automatically mad because it went to voicemail. But that's society, you know. And then I look at the watch. You didn't call me in half an hour. 20 minutes. Another. And I'm sitting there seething. And then I have gotten in touch, and then I've gone called back and said, I can't believe you didn't call me. It's been an hour. You know, and I go, you know, real personal. You're not even a man. Why can't you call me back? You know, because I personally be seething, you know, about something. That's the negative part of me. So then when the person calls and says, well, sorry I didn't get back in touch, but my wife was having a baby. Then you look at yourself and say, why am I like that? That man was having, you know, a situation. And his life wasn't right. It wasn't personal. But I look at things personally, and it's a wall sometimes that I have to overcome. And I've done a lot better, you know, because I recognize it. But it's good that you guys are the way you are and not the way I am. You know?
Well, it didn't happen overnight. You know, life experiences aside from, you know, the work that I do as a, you know, I used to be on the school board and now as council. So, you know, sometimes you have to learn how to separate because, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of our meetings, it's a real world out there where you have to deal with personal issues, whether it's your mom, your dad, your family. You go through experiences and you have to learn how to separate. And it is challenging some days. You know, sometimes I don't have good days and I may come off, you know, on the wrong side a little bit. But like you said, you know, sometimes you just got to back up like, woosah, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. But you guys do a fantastic job, and I say it without reservation. You've known me for years, and I'm going to get into some of that later when, you know, how we did serve on the same Board of Education together, you know, and you were a neophyte, you know, you had just put your feet into the foray of being on the board, and I'm going to share some information that it really explains why you're so successful today, how you started, you know, because you are a unique person, and you know, we'll talk about some of that. But the next question is, can you share some of the initiatives that the Irvington Municipal Council has achieved since your election to office?
Sure. Well, first, I would be remiss if I don't say, one team, one dream.
Yes,
and clean and safe is our motto.
Yes.
And that's what we've been working so hard to achieve. You know, to change people's mindset, to let them know Irvington is just as good as any city that surrounds us that they may think is better than us.
Yes.
You know, it's changing that mentality. And that's what we work hard to do. You know, we work hard with trying to build more businesses, have more businesses come to our town. You know, once they see we're doing our part, they're going to want to share in that. And of course, you know, that brings on other aspects, whether, you know, like we just have the Taco Bell, you know, a lot of new construction and like a lot of new homes. You know, you have Miss Adina with the Park Avenue apartments. You know, it's really motivating when you see people when you see people see the things that you're doing that's positive. Right. You know, these people are bringing their businesses to Irvington now. Yes, you know, people are starting to see Irvington as that shining light that, yes, we are here, you know.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And we've covered some information. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back. I always tell people, and I always forget, so maybe in the middle of the show, to tell a friend, tell a neighbor that the Irvington Now show is on. I have with me the Honorable Councilwoman at Large, Renee C. Burgess. Make that call, tell them, so we can talk about some of the things and you can listen and find out some of the good things that's going on in and around the township of Irvington. We'll be right back.
Thank you.